Saturn is about to slide back into Pisces this week, and that means it might be dragging these signs back into places they may not want to go. Do you know the feeling when you're trying to sprint through water or you're running away from a bad guy in a dream and you just can't run? That's a little bit of the vibe. When Saturn goes retrograde, it pulls us back into lessons we thought we already freaking learned. And if you've got a mutable rising sign, Pisces, Virgo, Sagittarius, or Gemini, or you have strong Capricorn or Aquarius energy in your chart, this is definitely going to apply to you. Neptune has been buddying up with Saturn the last few weeks, which already has made it a little bit difficult sometimes to see what is really real and what isn't. Major structures in our life dissolve, right? Support seem to vanish. And it kind of leaves you in this sort of fog and half-formed vision of what is the next step? And even though it's been chaotic, it's also been inspiring us to really think about how we can build big new things for us in our life. And maybe you've been making progress towards that, but now Saturn jumps back into Pisces and it feels weird. It's sort of this psychic exile of our ego. And we again feel the weight of invisible forces, isolation, these social expectations of who we should and shouldn't be. It kind of twists and frustrates and confuses us on what really all of it means. What is the point? But the hardest part about Saturn and Pisces is that it's also so subtle. It's so intangible. It's very hard to really understand and communicate to anyone else. And so that exacerbates the feeling of kind of loneliness. But this forces a confrontation with what really truly matters. We really appreciate the absurdity of this world, right? With all its beauty, but also with all its tragic suffering. And it forces us to find some new serenity with things that we can and can't control. And though uncomfortable, it pushes us back into the deeper well that connects all of us. And maybe this is sounding all abstract, but it really is an opportunity to connect with some deeper meaning, to accept the fact that making any choice is really burdensome. It challenges who we think we are, there's consequences, but there is grace, there is serenity, there is meaning in actually choosing things, right? And devoting ourselves to those choices. And as we're reconstructing new versions of ourselves and the life that we envision, we're challenged to think about what we're so desperately afraid of. What are we trying to protect ourselves from? And do those things really matter that much? This is a moment where maybe we can find some peace in letting go of that a little bit. So don't fear this moment. Let yourself sit in it. Sit in the solitude, the weirdness, the confusion. This isn't necessarily a time for accomplishment or conquering. It's about surrendering to some deeper kind of meaning that can actually serve as a really powerful spiritual foundation. What happens when you stop resisting so much with ego and just go with the flow and trust and see where it might take you?